guys, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. If you're new here, my name is Mirin. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I know I'm back after such a long time, but I'm super excited about today's video because it's a perfume find that I felt like I had to share with you all. So I don't know why, but people are not talking about this brand because I know Latafas and Paris Corners are like on a huge radar, right? They're always launching something new or the other. But this specific brand, okay, this is not a sponsored video, by the way. This is just something I discovered on my own, and I was so happy that I did because it's like a niche leaning Middle Eastern fragrance brand. And I know Middle Eastern brands are like a huge rage right now because everybody is like, they are so budget friendly, and yet the quality is like top notch, like beautiful quality, honestly. I mean, I was shook myself. I used to be like a little bit of a snob who would only want to buy like designer fragrances, but then I was like, I want to try some niche fragrances, but I don't have the budget for them. So incoming the Middle Eastern fragrances, and oh my god, you guys, they are really very beautiful, and you will save a lot of money, honestly. And especially being on a budget actually helps you be more creative, I feel, in that sense. Well, creative as in like you get to explore what options are available in your budget, right? So anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time talking about all the intro and stuff. I just want to jump in the video and share this find with you guys because I'm extremely excited, and I have let the perfume macerated, so I've been waiting quite a long time. I got this perfume like 2 months ago, and then in the starting it was a little bit slightly harsh and synthetic-y, but over time is just one of my most favorite fragrances, and I cannot wait for the Christmas season that will come, and this will be like the perfect perfume for that. So I'm talking about Ahmed Al Maghribi's Royal Cherry. I mean, from the title you will guess what I'm talking about, but just look at this bottle. It's heavy and it's just so well made, you guys. It's the cap literally holds the bottle. Like in today's world, I feel like all the caps are super flimsy, and they come in with this sturdy bottle that just like holds the bottle. But I guess don't do that. I think I would just hold the bottle just like this. However, I love the design. I love how beautiful and marbly red this is. It's just giving like sexy aura perfume kind of vibe for me. Now, honestly speaking, this perfume is supposed to be a little bit of inspiration, I guess, from Tom Ford's Lost Cherry perfume. And in my opinion, I used to work in Sephora, okay? So this is how I know that Tom Ford fragrances are not exactly my kind of vibe. I feel they are like little overpriced, and they tend to fade a little faster. Every time I've tried Tom Ford fragrances, I've felt like there are so much better options in like other brands to try, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's just my preference. I know people love Tom Ford fragrances. Maybe I had a block in my head thinking that maybe it's out of budget. Well, honestly, when I was working in Sephora, it's not that it was out of budget for me because I had like a good employees discount. This is in Sephora, Canada, so I got to try a lot of fragrances at that point. And my favorite spot to hang out was the lipstick sections, obviously, But I tried almost all the lipsticks, so I guess perfume was my top favorite section to hang out, and that's how I know I love fragrances so much because I cannot stop thinking about them. Anyway, enough about me. I digress. We should come back to the whole Lost Cherry thing, like why I didn't buy Tom Ford fragrances until now, even when I had the discount and everything. I felt like they would fade really fast for what the money they offer, right? I mean, for what the price they are, they tend to fade really fast. So, I never really felt like I needed a Tom Ford fragrance. I feel the same way about Jo Malone fragrances, but then those are like cologne versions. Colognes and body mists are something that I no longer buy because I feel like the oil content in them is very very low. I prefer eau de toilette, which like is perfect for like summer season and humid areas where I'm living right now. And otherwise, I like an eau de parfum or like anything concentrated than that. So my whole scene with perfume is that I will not buy body mist anymore unless it's like an occasional Victoria's Secret or a Sol de Janeiro. Maybe I feel Sol de Janeiro body mists are really light for my preference. I do like Victoria's Secret's because there are just like couple favorites that have like nostalgia linked to them. That's why like I love them, and those are the ones which I'll probably only buy, like maybe Bare Vanilla, and Amber Romance, and maybe the coconut one. It's a couple which I like. Again, Gourmand scents, I love those. So anyway, coming back to Royal Cherry, this perfume is just so beautiful. Like, I don't know why people are not talking about it, or maybe people are just not aware about it. So I know that Ahmed Al Maghribi's Kaf is popular fragrance, and their Roses Noir, I think Rose Noir is one that is really popular fragrances. But Royal Cherry is for someone who wants to smell seductive and beautiful. Okay, let me just quickly go over the notes that they have. I'm just looking at the notes right here. We have top notes of plum, cherry, bitter almond, jasmine and Turkish rose in the middle, cedar, cinnamon, vetiver, sandalwood, tonka bean and benzoin and vanilla in the base. Now, this perfume is for people who really like their gourmand fragrances and their cherry forward fragrances. If you do not like sweet perfumes, you might not like this, but this is definitely for people who love sweet fragrances, who like to have that dark edge to their fragrances. Now, honestly, this is a fragrance that I feel that blooms beautifully in like winter time. That's why I keep saying like I want to go to Christmas real fast, because that's when this fragrance is really going to bloom. Like, oh, I love it. Like, let's just spray it. I'm gonna spray it right here. So right on top, I just get like cherry, which is like this macerated cherry. You know, cherry in sugar syrup, or those cherries that you get like which are on top of your cakes. It's that kind of cherry. It's a little bit of a synthetic-y cherry. It's not like a fresh cherry, but it's a. As a kid, I used to not like the cherries that you would get on the cakes, because I used to feel that cherry feels like a fake cherry, but it's actually a fruit that's available in India, which is like from the cherry family, but it's more like it's not cherry. So as a kid, I never really liked the macerated cherry that came on top of like cakes and stuff. I would always chuck it out because I used to feel like it's not really tasty. And now when I researched that, it's a kind of like a cherry fruit that you get in India. It's from the cherry family, but it's not exactly cherry. So what they do is that they macerate it, and then it becomes this really syrupy cherry. And that's what it reminds me of, and that's why probably I like the fragrance. It reminds me of my childhood, where I used to like not really enjoy the cherry part. Okay, so this is what it reminds me of: macerated cherries, like cherries in sugar syrup, and just beautifully, like you put it in your mouth and it just like gives you that really sweet taste, that tangy, slight tartness, but at the same time it's quite sweet. It's just very sweet, and it just makes your mouth water. It's that kind of cherry, but it's not your fresh cherry. Now, fresh cherry and macerated cherries are two different things. I feel like there's like a huge difference in them. So this is the macerated, the sugar syrup cherry, which I'm talking about. And the next note that I get is like this almond note, which is really like a nutty quality to the whole fragrance, and it just adds this very different vibe. I normally like cherry fragrances with iris, so it had like this lipsticky vibe to them, but this is not like your lipsticky vibe. So it does have this makeupy quality to it, but it's just going to be more like edible sort of a cherry, I feel, rather than your lipstick makeup bag cherry, which I feel Mancera's wild cherry is like, or think about
A few moments later.
but Montal also has these cherry fragrances, which is the newer version, the blue bottle one. I don't remember the name, but that I really want to try that fragrance. So Fragrantica lists that as like the closest representation for this fragrance, but I think on its own it's a beautiful fragrance. Whether it's a dupe or not for something, I feel it's beautiful. I find it similar to Lost Cherry, but I don't really have that clear memory of Lost Cherry, because it's just Lost Cherry, right? It's just gone. It's just lost. It was very like light for my preference. I felt I did not. Now your experience with cherry, like with Lost Cherry, would be very different than mine. So which is completely fine. You know, I mean, I feel like fragrances are very personal, very like a personal experience. So what's good, like what I might enjoy, you may not. What you enjoy, I may not. So you may be a Tom Ford fan. I'm not that big of a let's not go there. What I'm trying to say is that, so yeah, on top I just get this gorgeous macerated cherry with almonds in it. And so I haven't had the chance to like really explore this fragrance much, is because the weather that I am in right now. So currently living in Mumbai, it is very hot and humid. It's been raining since 4 months, and I feel like this perfume doesn't bloom that well in like in this humid weather. It just sits very closely to my skin. So that's why I feel like in the winter, fall time, like now, I guess once the weather gets a little drier, it's going to be performing beautifully, this fragrance. So the middle notes that they have mentioned is jasmine and Turkish rose. I do get like a florally vibe to it, but not too much. I think after the whole cherry and almond note, that the whole fragrance starts going into like this cinnamony woody vibe for me, and then it settles into this beautiful sweet vanilla-esque that has like cherry in it kind of a fragrance. That's how I would say the whole fragrance performs so far in me. I cannot wait to see how it will perform in like colder weather. The person or the personality that I would say suits this fragrance would be Jessica Rabbit, from the whole Roger Rabbit, who framed Roger Rabbit movie, because she's so seductive. She's got this red hair and all that, and even though she's a cartoon, I feel she would wear this fragrance, okay, because it's a very seductive kind of a personality. Another personality that I think of is Gilda from the movie Gilda, the Rita Hayworth fame. It's like this old Hollywood glamour. Again, Rita Hayworth was like this red-haired woman, and maybe the bottle is red. That's why I guess I'm like linking it as a red-haired person. I don't know. I feel someone who's very glamorous and who knows they're like sexy in their own way, and they are not like afraid to experiment. Someone who likes to wear dark clothes and red lipstick. Definitely their vibe, I would say. Or like winter time when you want to dress up for like Christmas or something like that. I would say if you want a fragrance for this upcoming holiday season, well, I know it's far, but this would be a perfect one. I cannot stress enough to say that this is going to be my fragrance for Christmas. I don't know why I said that way, but it's going to be, well, it's what I'm going to be wearing for Christmas. So who would like this fragrance? Someone who does like cherry fragrances, like I mentioned before. Someone who likes their gourmands, their sweet, nutty-ish fragrances. Someone who is not afraid of that darker, bold vibe of a fragrance. So if you are someone who likes soft smelling fragrances, maybe not. Or someone who despises sweet fragrances, maybe not. But then if you love sweet fragrances and you love dark gothic fragrances, yeah, I think this would be really nice. Oh, I think, you know who else would wear this fragrance? Morticia Adams. I think Morticia Adams would definitely wear something like that, because it's dark. I think, it's sexy. I think she is someone who wears like black clothes and red lipstick. Morticia Adams, yes, and Gilda, and Jessica Rabbit, yes. I see these kind of people like wearing this fragrance. I think Morticia Adams would be like my ultimate Halloween get up. If I had to like dress up this year as a Halloween character, it would be Morticia Adams, definitely, because we have dark hair and I love red lipsticks. And I'm waiting for my Gomez. I'm just kidding. But anyway, do I enjoy this fragrance? Yeah, totally. I love this fragrance. It has this expensive vibe to it. And it really surprises me that people don't speak about Ahmed Al Maghribi brand as much as Latafas and Paris Corners. One of these days, this brand is going to go so viral, and then it's going to be like out of stock, like all their products. And then that's what worries me, because it's a niche type of a brand. It's not your mass marketed kind of a fragrance brand. I feel like I'm very excited to find more fragrances from them, and I do want to have like a little collection of Ahmed Al Maghribi fragrances. To performance of this fragrance, I think it would last a long time if this was worn in the winter time. Like right now in this humid weather that I am, like, let me tell you guys, it's been raining forever. It's like almost what, 4 or 5 months, I think now. I think in winter season this would really really bloom. I think it's going to leave like a beautiful sillage behind you, and people are going to turn their heads and be like, damn, who is she? Who is she? Right? I mean, that's the kind of vibe we want in the fragrance when we wear, right? But most of all, I would like to say that, just wear a fragrance because you enjoy mostly. Buy fragrances because they make you happy and they make your day better. I mean, compliments will come once you are glowing on your own, right? So anyway, that's it for my video. I think I would rate this perfume 10 out of 10. I'm a perfume snob, and I'll tell you that I have a very high taste. I'm very sensitive to fragrances, and things do make me sneeze real fast. So I would say this one, like giving this fragrance 10 out of 10 is a huge step for me, I think. So yeah, I think it's a fragrance you don't want to miss if you love cherry forward fragrances. Definitely try it out, and if you have, do comment down below and tell me if you like this fragrance or not. Or oh, also give me some recommendation for more Middle Eastern fragrances. I would love to try and review for you guys. So anyways, thanks for watching this video if you stuck with me till the end, and I will see you in my next video. I don't know what that was. I really don't know. I'll see you. Bye.